Yeah, so basically, like, how did you feel, whenever you got hurt? Like, did you feel like the team was there for you and the coaches and stuff supported you? Because, I feel like that's a very important part, whenever something like that happens, really having family and friends and stuff, there to help support you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was definitely an eye-opener. I mean, I had a bunch of family texting me the day after, and Coach Clark and Coach Scazzaro, they were texting me and constantly just talking to me. I was giving them updates, and they just said they were praying for me. They continue to pray for me. I feel like just like the support from your coaches, is definitely a very good feeling to have, knowing that, they have your back and they're with you like each step of the way. Honestly, there's nothing better a coach can do for you than, just give you support and know that they'll always have your back and, be with you with whatever you need for real.
Jared Fikes.
What's up, man?
Man, extremely excited to have you on the podcast and get you out here, man.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited. Excited to be on your first episode,
Yeah, first episode, man. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
First episode of many. So I'm basically just going to start the podcast, man, by asking you, what got you into football, and why you're here now?
I feel like growing up in Tuscaloosa, I feel like just always going up to Bryant-Denny and, watching the games growing up. That was whenever they were winning national championships.
Yeah.
Nick Saban was there. And, that was his era at Alabama. And, I basically saw it my whole life. I feel like just like the excitement and drive and, just to want to turn what I've always watched as a kid, I would want to turn those dreams into a reality one day.
Yeah.
But, it was just a very, exciting moment almost, just watching it. And
yeah,
it was just crazy.
Man, I know that was crazy getting to watch those games, man, especially during that time,
Yeah.
It was actually good.
Yeah. Kevin DeBoer, he should have. He probably will still. He'll do good.
He's straight.
But, yeah. I know he's had a good season so far this year.
That's true. Man, whenever he first became head coach, bro, I got so scared, bro.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of people in the Alabama fan base was pretty scared, but
yeah,
he ended up, getting it on track. So
yeah, man, that's low-key what got me into football too. Getting to watch Alabama and stuff, especially because my family's really big Alabama fans and stuff. Especially my dad, man, he be getting crazy into it.
I remember my dad. Whenever we were just growing up, he would always, go crazy whenever we were in the living room or whatever, and just, they hit that big run or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
oh man, there they go.
Yeah.
30 to 20 to 10. Yeah, I'm already knowing, bro. We used to even throw parties and stuff, bro.
I know. I feel like that's one of the big things. It's almost a tradition in the South with and I feel like that's almost what makes football different in the South. Because you have, they talk about all the time how the SEC is just different.
Yeah.
I really believe it is because, down in the South, everybody's always, having a party on Saturdays, to watch the game. Everybody is going to be watching football most likely on a Saturday down South.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like that almost just builds a culture around it and makes it what it is. So.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah.
People, they don't understand and they don't live down the South, man. They don't understand what it's like down here with football.
No, I agree.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
So, how exactly did you feel, at practice whenever you had that mishap, and your knee got hurt? What exactly was running through your mind, whenever they told you the news?
Honestly, I feel like it was a lot of emotions, definitely. At that time, I didn't know if my season would be over, if I would even be able to dress out or even think about playing by the end of the year. Because at that time, I got hurt. It was round 2 of the playoffs, and it was the Tuesday of Mary G. Montgomery. And I knew I wouldn't. After practice, I went to the doctor, and they told me I for sure wasn't going to be able to play that Friday. And I mean, it was just a lot of emotions. I feel like I really had to come close to God at that moment, and just pray that nothing was torn and that I'd still be able to finish out my senior season strong. And I mean, I feel like it was just definitely a challenge that God put in my life that I needed, and it almost made me stronger. I feel like. Because I mean, it just really drew me very close to God, and I was praying all the time, like before the MRI results came back and everything, that like I didn't have like anything fully torn and that I wouldn't have to have surgery. And I mean, God just answered that prayer for me, because I mean, luckily, I mean, my MCL wasn't fully torn, and I just had to be in rehab almost every day almost, and just working to get it better every day. And it really just like drove me almost to, because they said that it was almost a little bit doubtful if I'd even be able to play in the state championship, and I feel like that almost drove me and to work as hard as I can to at least play as much as I could in the state championship. But I mean, I feel like it was, like I said, I mean, it was a challenge that I needed, that God put in my life for a reason. But I mean, I feel like now looking over it, I mean, I feel like it was definitely like one of those strong moments, that you'll remember for the rest of your life and be like, you did that for a reason, and because I mean, I learned from it and grew from it, I feel like, almost, because I mean, I was feeling a lot of different emotions. I mean, I was almost wondering why I even started playing football, because I mean, I was like, I did all this, like I was really like asking God why, because I came all the way up to Thompson, and I didn't want my season to be ended early because of, a knee injury, right before the state championship was going to happen, I mean, that's what I came up here for. I mean, to make one of the dreams I had come to a reality. But I mean, it's been definitely a big growing experience, I feel like, for me.
I definitely see that, man.
I
definitely think that a lot of people on the team, including me, the coaches and everybody else, would definitely look at you and, see how strong you are. Because a lot of people, whenever they had that kind of injury, especially to their knee, they'd be too scared to even chance something like that happening. But you was able to pull through, and you got to play in the state championship game. You've been training for the past 2 weeks or something like that. I don't know if I'm wrong, but, me personally, I really think that you were really strong for doing something like that, especially knowing you have a college career.
I mean, it was just, honestly, I mean, I feel like the opportunity was like too good to pass by, because I mean, like I said, I mean, it's been a dream that I've always had to, win a state championship and, just make that run. I mean, I feel like that honestly drove me, because I mean, I was sitting there and I mean, I remembered what I came here for. The night that it happened, and I mean, I knew at that moment that I had to make a comeback and just push as much as I can to get it better as quickly as possible. So
I really wish that I could have gotten to come back in.
Mine's just my MCL.
They said I'm gonna be out until June, but I really think I'm gonna be back way before then. I mean, I was been running for the past couple of weeks, and I think I'm gonna be back way before then. I mean, they really just said it's really just a mindset thing. How hard are you willing to push and go farther than what your body thinks that it is?
No, I agree, because I remember it was at physical therapy one morning, like the first week that it had happened. Like it was the week of, or no, it was the next week. And I mean, it was later on that week, like, the Friday. So, I mean, it had been about a week and a half. And I mean, I was at therapy, and I mean, they were saying they were very shocked. And I mean, that's kind of what they said is, I mean, it's honestly your whole mentality, because I mean, of how, what are your circumstances, how hard do you have to push, and like, how bad do you want to get like better and, bend it and stuff. And I mean, I feel like whenever I heard that, I mean, I feel like I knew I had to be strong, to push through and, get to my goal and do what I want to do. Be able to achieve.
Man, whenever they be pushing your knee, I swear, bro, I be seeing heaven and stuff. God be introducing himself to me. I be seeing the light.
Yeah, I know. It hurts. It's like almost a deep pain.
Yeah, I know. You're like, you'd be like, all right, we're almost done. No, 5 more pushes. Like, what? No.
So it's like that every time.
So, man, how you feeling now? State champ, made that dream a reality. Living it up now. It's been a couple of days since the state champ. How you feeling, man?
I know. I mean, it feels good, but I mean, it's definitely a big reality hitting me because it's like high school football's done and I'm graduating in about a month or so, and I plan on going JUCO, and it's definitely like a new reality hitting you because you're like, I'm done now. I finish school next Monday, so it's like everything's hitting me now. It's like it didn't seem like it was a long period of time about a year ago. And now it's hit me. But I'm definitely excited. It's a new chapter in my life. I know. I just got to keep praying and have God by my side as I go through like the next chapter of life. And just got to put my faith in Him and know that He's got a plan for me. And it's His plan no matter what.
What a lot of people don't understand is that, God says in the Bible that, you'll have pain, but He'll never actually hurt you, as long as that you have faith in Him. Yeah. Especially Jeremiah 29:11, it talks about, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, and plans to give you hope in the future, So, people really just got to go back to the Word, and just really believe in the plan that He has for you, man, because, even though that you might not understand His plan right now, you got to know that, it just takes time, for God's plan. Stuff. So, I really think that that's just important for us to believe in, especially me. Whenever I got told, that I wasn't going to be able to play for 8 months, it was kind of hard to keep those tears in, because all the years and stuff that I've been training and building all that up. And then I came here from an old school that I went through my whole entire high school career, left all my friends and stuff back there. I came here, looking for a better future for myself, having to look forward and stuff, So, whenever I tore my ACL, I was like, why did I move here? And then, I understood exactly what you were saying. But, man, just got to trust in God.
Oh, yeah.
And then now that's why I started this podcast, get to come over here and talk about other people's journeys, and let them spread their word,
What do you feel like some challenges were for you whenever, you got told the news that you tore your ACL and MCL and, you're going to have surgery on it?
Man, I was pretty scared, Brian. I had surgery whenever I was little, but just for my tonsils, so I don't really remember it. Mm-hmm. But whenever I found out I had to get surgery, I was really scared, because I've heard a lot of stories about it, and people said that's gonna be the best sleep I ever had, but bro, it was terrible. Yeah. But I was really scared, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to come back to my fullest and really be able to push through, because they kept saying that it's going to be really a mindset thing. And all the training stuff that we went through, I knew that I could do it and I knew I could keep pushing through and keep training. But, man, PT really was something different. They had me in there the day after surgery. I was like, dang, Brian. But, man, having all the coaches there and y'all kept supporting me and kept helping me push through. And, y'all really helped me a lot more than what y'all really think, because whenever I was there by myself, at night, that's whenever it all hits you. But, that I had all the support from you guys. Y'all kept calling me, texting me. Y'all was there for me. You came and picked me up, to get me out of the house, take me go eat. And, sure. I really appreciate that. But, man, now, looking back at it, it's kind of, I don't know, it feels like it's been a lot longer than what it actually has. Keep doing PT, keep training, now I'm working out. But, we gonna make a comeback.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like that's what just being in the game of football has taught me a lot. Is you're always gonna have a brotherhood no matter where you're at. Because I feel like whenever you go through those hard times, like what you were saying, you're always gonna have a brother there, texting you or checking up and making sure if you're all right or doing whatever. Just to be there for you and be somebody who somebody else will want to have there for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It really helped me out, a lot. whenever I got hurt, I really thought that, like, the coaches and stuff would turn away, to the next guy.
Mhm.
And then, really having y'all there and the coaches, calling me, it really made me feel like God really did have a plan for me, and that's why I moved down here, even though I might got hurt, I had all y'all there, to help me out, and it really did mean a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, like, how did you feel, whenever you got hurt? Like, did you feel like the team was there for you and the coaches and stuff supported you? Because, I feel like that's a very important part, whenever something like that happens, really having family and friends and stuff, there to help support you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was definitely an eye-opener. I mean, I had a bunch of family texting me the day after, and Coach Clark and Coach Scazzaro, they were texting me and constantly just talking to me. I was giving them updates, and they just said they were praying for me. They continue to pray for me. I feel like just like the support from your coaches, is definitely a very good feeling to have, knowing that they have your back and they're with you like each step of the way. Honestly, there's nothing better a coach can do for you than just give you support and know that they'll always have your back and be with you with whatever you need for real.
Yeah, that's true. I definitely find that's something that can help a lot of people push through stuff. Not a lot of people don't understand having support can really help somebody out,
Yeah, for sure.
I feel that's really important. I definitely feel like God has a really big plan for you, man, that you just can't see yet, because, it's in the future. But, I really feel like that He's helped you out, and I really feel like that He will a lot in the future as long as you stay grounded to Him. Yeah. And really just how has God, helped you out in the past, and really how has He been there for you, and what exactly brought you to Him,
I feel like the Lord has just blessed me numerous ways. I feel like the biggest thing was growing up. My great-grandmother, she always taught me, just put your faith in the Lord, and He'll be right there with you every step of the way to guide you and protect you. I feel like the biggest thing is just knowing that He has a plan for you. And even if you can't see that plan, and you're at the bottom of the barrel right now, and, everything's not going your way. I feel like that's honestly whenever you gotta be the strongest in your faith, and just lean on God and, just talk to Him and dive into the Word, and, just know that you have a plan, and, just know that stuff will get better, because I feel like that's we get so caught up in, this went wrong, I made a bad grade on my test, I didn't do good at practice, my coaches are on me. I feel like it's just a lot of anxiety that the devil creates, and, you just gotta just tune it out almost, and, just go to the Lord and, just pray to Him, and, just dive into your Bible. Yeah. Just lean on Him.
Yeah. A lot of that's really important, really trusting in God. Prayer is very important, and something that I feel like a lot of people don't understand about how important that is, because, if you don't really have a lot of faith in God, praying kind of just seems weird, because, a lot of people will probably think that it's just weird, because they'll probably think that you're just talking to yourself and stuff, but the Lord really lives in you, and that Holy Spirit is there, and He's always inside you to keep guiding you and keep helping you push through, to the next things. And, I really feel like that it's important, to keep your faith in God and keep going. Going into a short break real quick to recognize one of our proud sponsors, OJ Fence Company. It's because of them that we're able to have this podcast. They specialize in commercial fence building, and they're one of the best in the business. Y'all can contact them at ojfence.com. That's OJAY fence.com. Or y'all can give them a call at 205-849-8886.
What got you into football? What would you say, drove you growing up, and almost made you want to play football?
Really my dad, to be honest. I've lived with him my whole life, and he was always really big into watching football, and he always wanted me to get into the sport. So whenever I was younger, I started out by playing baseball and stuff. And then my dad got me into football, and I really liked football a lot more. So I was sort of playing football and baseball growing up. But, he would take me to go get trained. He would train me myself in the backyard and stuff,
Sure.
really help me push through. He'd always go buy me football stuff, and he'd always show up to every practice and every game, helping me push through and, really being a really big support for me because, if I'd have a bad game or something, I'd always get down on myself, and he'd always help me learn, to not get down on myself and keep pushing forward and just put it in the past, and keep going because, football keep going, but he really did just help me push through, and that was really the main big part of why I even got into football in the first place, and I'm really thankful for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I feel like growing up, your parents, how they are there for you and, how they raise you. I feel like that honestly just depends on if you get into sports and, your love for it and stuff. But like, how was your high school career? Transferring to Thompson and everything.
It was pretty good. I started playing at West Point my freshman year, and I was supposed to play and stuff, and then I found out I was ineligible because I just moved from Pelham, so I couldn't play that whole year. So I basically spent that whole season training and the off-season training and stuff, and then I had a pretty good year my sophomore year, and I was able to play 8 games or 7 games at West Point my junior year, and then some stuff happened, family business, and then we ended up moving to Thompson because we thought it was going to be the best decision, especially if I wanted to have a future going to college. So moved down to Thompson, and the coaches and stuff were very supportive whenever I got down there, and the team was very supportive, Now came and introduced themselves, and that was really important to me, So, really just training there, it was definitely a lot different.
Yeah, for sure.
West Point, we didn't start training as a team until the summer, and here we started training January,
Yeah.
So
yeah, I agree with that. I feel like that was definitely the biggest change with coming to Thompson. I feel like it's definitely a grind. It's like no other. You're in there working every day at 6 a.m. You got workouts, and even with the O line, we would have to be up there at like 5:30 in the morning. When we were doing drills and stuff before, and I feel like that definitely just definitely shapes a kid and makes them who they are. And just the stuff they do outside of that. I feel like that will definitely, shape them as a player and as a human being.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it helps grow your mentality, because I feel like a lot of people would look at that and be like, man, I can't do that. But, with your coaches and stuff, kept pushing you, kept scheduling those days, we kept having to go or else, because if you miss a day, you'd have to 3-legged bear crawl.
Yeah, for sure.
100 yards.
Yeah, and I feel like that's honestly the biggest thing is, the coaches are just there and, they're people you can count on every day, and they'll just be there all the time to hold you accountable and make sure you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it doesn't just help with football and stuff, but I definitely feel like it helps you whenever you get older, because whenever you have a job and stuff, you might have to get up early and stuff and a lot, and you might not want to, but you're really gonna have to push through, especially if you want to support your family and stuff, especially being the man in the house. So I definitely feel like that helped us, whenever we get older and stuff, because we've had to do a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So I feel like honestly, whenever those days are hard, whenever you're older, those will be the mornings, you fall back on and, you'll just remember, you can do it and you can get through it. Because not many kids, experience, working out with, a group of guys in the morning at 6 a.m. And just, straight grinding. It's something, most kids don't experience, but it's almost like, it's like a good chemistry because that those mornings build that bond that you need going into the fourth quarter whenever the game's tied and you need that guy to make a big play. He knows that all y'all have faith in him, so he's gonna step up and make that big play. Yeah, definitely.
Man, them Winter Wednesdays, bro.
Yeah, those were killer.
I'm always going to remember those.
Yeah. Sled pushers with Coach from Real.
Oh, my goodness, man. You never get to stop. Oh, I'm back on the line.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Bro, and then plate holes, bro. Whenever we get done working out, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. I always remember those days.
40 more seconds.
40 more. And you have a Roman in the background or a rooster calling at you in your ear. You're doing the chicken walk.
Yeah.
Man, good times, man. You know, those are, I feel like those are really going to be moments, you know, that we like always remember and stuff, you know, grinding with your boys and stuff, you know, always getting up, doing that work, you know, calling them in the morning, make sure they're there at practice, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, you know, there's always that one kid you got to call, make sure he's there.
Yeah.
Like me. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like that too. I mean, it almost creates a level of accountability as like a teammate, you know, just making sure, you know, that your guys get up there and especially being a senior.
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like that plays a big role in your season, you know. It's just learning to hold other guys accountable and, you know, make sure they don't make the same mistakes as you. But I feel like that's definitely a good base to have for like a position group is, you know, that one guy who everybody can anchor on.
Yeah, really making sure that, you know, you be a leader and stuff, you know, especially being a senior, you know, because even though all those times and stuff are hard, you know, being a senior, you know, like you were saying, you really got to make sure you push them and be strong so, you know, you show the other kids that they can do it and really help them and stuff, hold them accountable and stuff, really be that leader you're supposed to. Yeah. Do you feel like all those training sessions and stuff, all those 6 a.m.s and all those summer workouts and stuff, being out there early, you know, and training until the afternoon and stuff, do you really feel like that helped us be able to push through the regular season, going through playoffs, make it to the state championship, you know, like especially after those losses, being able to push through and come together as a team and continuing to train and have trust in each other and really helping us push to go win that state championship?
Yeah, I feel like the biggest thing is just, you know, turning back to those moments, you know, when you're out on the field running at like 7:30 in the morning with, you know, your guys and your brothers. I mean, I feel like that's definitely plays a big role in it because, I mean, whenever all your other buddies are out there sleeping, you know, they're on summer break for sure. And I mean, I feel like it definitely takes a certain level of discipline to, you know, be there like 4 days a week during the summer, waking up at 6:30 to 6 a.m. Whenever, like I said, all your other buddies are out sleeping. I mean, it just definitely takes a certain level of discipline to wake up and be there every morning.
Yeah. I really feel like it's important, you know, to, like us as a team, you know, like coming together, being there every morning, you know, holding each other accountable because, you know, we all seen the vision, you know, like we would complain, you know, I mean, that's just what football players do, you know. I mean, we get back in that locker room, you're like, dang, like, do I really want to do this? But like, yeah, you know, we keep pushing through and stuff, you know, and then that's what got us to a state championship, you know, and now we're 7A state championship winners, you know, so it's very important. And I feel like a lot of people, a lot of players, and a lot of coaches would have loved to be in our position, you know, but a lot of people hate on us, you know, but I bet you no one else trained harder than us, so, you know,
I agree.
I really feel like that's important.
Yeah, because, I mean, I feel like the biggest thing is that separates Thompson is just like the level of like grit and like work ethic you have to, you know, just play football at Thompson. I mean, it's definitely looked at as, you know, oh, they just always win and, you know, they ain't nothing special. But I mean, it's definitely a grind, and the insiders know. I mean, the players know. I mean, we put in all that work for, you know, whenever we're in the playoffs or regular season even, and, you know, we're tied in that game, we're going to win it and step up and, you know, make the big play that needs to happen because, I mean, we've already done all the hard work that we need to do to, you know, make that big moment.
Yeah, I really feel like that's true, you know, doing all that and stuff, you know, pushing us through and really helping us get there for that big moment, you know, so, well, you know, man, I really want to thank you, man, you know, for coming onto the podcast, man. And,
yeah, no problem. Appreciate it for having me.
Yeah, man, of course. Love you, man.
Love you too, bro.